Hey, what's up, you guys? It's poken0ob here, and I finally recorded a new battle for you. This is my first UU battle on 5th generation. And matter of fact, it's my first battle on 5th generation, so this was definitely a new experience. Set up this new team. It's been working pretty well for me, as you'll see in this next video. And this was pretty good. It was my first UU battle against this guy named Turt. Found him on Smogon. Their battle Wi-Fi finder wasn't working, so I just went on the forums and I found him right away. So this is a pretty fun battle. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll be commenting it. Alright, here we go. I might just readjust the camera quick so you guys can see everything. But I send out my Snorlax first. Pretty much a tank and invincible in every way, shape, or form. Not really, but he sends his Rose Red, and I'm thinking of a sleep powder, and yep, of course, I knew there was some status effect coming, so I'm like, alright, okay, Snorlax can take this. My Snorlax is choice banded, and I have Fire Punch on it, so I know I'll get a one-hit KO, so I decide to, instead of switching to something else, I know his Rose Red, I'm just thinking of it as a support type from the first move of a sleep powder, so essentially, I'm just going to toughen it out, wait till Snorlax gets up, and then just one-hit KO it. Now, what's annoying, and this will come up in the future in this video, is the fact that he just keeps laying down spikes. I mean, come on, man. Like, 3 spikes on top of each other is going to definitely cause some havoc on future Pokemon into the game, but getting rid of his Rose Red right now is most beneficial. So you see, Fatness wakes up, Fire Punch, Choice Banded, so just one-hit KO. And health keeps going down, and that's it. Now I'm thinking that he's going to send out maybe a water type or something to get rid of it, but actually he sends out Heracross. So I'm like, a bug type Pokemon? He doesn't know I'm choice banded, so I can get another one-hit Fire Punch. Well, I mean, when you look at it, he hits me with the Mega Horn, so he's predicting a switch to something to counteract a fighting move, and then I'm like, Fatness can take it, man. He's got the highest defense on my team, so you know, I buff out the Mega Horn, which he's probably kicking himself for, and then I think this is the point where he realizes I'm choice banded with the one hit of his Heracross, and now he switches to Candle, like Chandelier, I believe is the Pokemon's name. Now, since this is my first time playing 5th generation, I didn't even know about this thing's ability, and I thought I was going to die right here, but it turns out I live with just a little smidget of health left, and then I just remembered, Flash Fire. I didn't know that using Fire Punch would actually increase the amount of damage his flamethrower does, because I don't even know the abilities of these Pokemon in 5th gen. So, but Fatness gets taken out, and I send in Horsey, I send in Kingdra. I need to see what I'm thinking about here is I have Sub and I have a setup class on this one. So I use Sub, predicting a switch because he's probably expecting a water move, and then I hit the Sub. And then I'm like, oh, Slowking, okay, he's a high special attack hitter, high defense, so, but I know low speed. So I hit up a Sub. I know my Kingdra has pretty high special defense, so I'm thinking, okay, I hit up a Dragon Dance, a DD, +1 for attack and speed, start setting up for future match. So essentially, I use the Dragon Dance, I hit up, I get my bonuses, and he uses Psyshock, or however you pronounce it, I'm pretty sure Psyshock. Oh, that's a tongue twister, but he uses that, and essentially that gets rid of my Sub. I was not expecting it to get rid of my Sub, but I guess it does that much damage. So he gets rid of my Sub, and then I'm like, okay, I got leftovers, I got lefties, I'm regaining health. I could set up another Sub, but I decided to go for the attack. I'm using Outrage just in case he switches. And I don't want to use Waterfall, even though I can get the possible flinch. So I use Outrage, and I'm like, okay, half of his health is taken out, and he uses Psyshock again. I'm like, okay, how much damage is this going to do? I know he's a heavy hitter. But it turns out I only have 87 plus lefties, so I know I can survive one more. But then I forget that his Slowking has lefties, so this means now it's going to take 2 to 3 more times the Outrages just to get this Pokemon dead. And I'm locked into Outrage for 3 to 4 turns, and then he takes it, and just as just as I predicted, he's going to live with only a smidget of health left, which is going to get really annoying. He used another side shock. I know I could take one, and I live with only 5 HP. So essentially, if Horsey would have died there, it would have been a game changer for this match. Now I'm up to 23 with lefties, and I know I can hit another outrage before I'm put into confusion due to fatigue. So I hit him with another outrage. He just leaves it in. He can't switch. There's no purpose in slow king anymore. So, he switches out. I get confused, which is what I expected, but I did not expect to get this far. Now my lefties are bringing me back up again, still in the red at 47, but I know with my speed and the DD that I can essentially get at least one hit off as long as I don't hurt myself in confusion. Now I'm confused, and I'm like, oh, don't hurt yourself, Horsey, and boom, I get to use an outrage. I thought his Sharpedo would be choice scarfed, so he send in a fast hitter just to finish me off, using a generic move that can be used on future Pokemon, but it turns out, I guess my Kingdra is somehow faster and he's not choice scarfed, and I one-hit him with an outrage, and now I'm back into yellow 59 with lefties. So then I'm like, okay, maybe I can hit something else right before he takes me out. And now I know that this thing is steel and dark because I just found that out, but he uses Sucker Punch, which is expected, so he can take me out without taking any damage. He is life orbed, so I'm like, okay, now I know that. So I send in Porygon Z, high as a mofo with the dizzy eyes, and now I'm thinking of using hidden power fighting against him, and I have choice scarf. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll get the fast move. But then I just remembered, oh, he has Sucker Punch. And I'm like, dang, he takes me out one hit with the Sucker Punch. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this now? So I decided to send in Viron, or I nicknamed mine Doe because it looks like a deer. So I send in Doe, and I'm like, okay, I know he's not going to use Sucker Punch because this is fighting. And I know he's probably going to use Flamethrower or Fire Punch to finish me off. So I hit off a close combat because I have pretty good speed on this. Hit off a close combat. This is able to take his Bisharp out before it can get any attacks on me. Now I don't really care about the defense and special defense drops, seeing how this is usually a one-hit killer or a revenge killer, or it's usually my starting Pokemon where I can hit off a Stone Edge or start setting up sword dances while they're setting up rocks or something. Now he sends in Chandelier again, and I'm like, okay, I'll hit him with the Stone Edge. Well, of course, the Stone Edge misses. So I'm like, oh, come on, man. I missed my Stone Edge, and he uses Flamethrower, which is predictable, and there goes Doe. Doe's been taken out, so I'm like, who am I going to send in next? I know I can't hit him with a bug attack U-turn with my Flygon, and I don't have any dark types left, because all I have is Rhyperior and Flygon, so I send in Flygon right now, and I'm thinking, what can I use? So I decided to use Outrage. Now, I know I just locked myself into it, so if they have like another Steel type or something, I'm going to be screwed, and I'm only going to be left with slow-ass Rhyperior. Now, he lives, and I'm like, come on, only a smidget, but then he uses Flamethrower, and I'm like, okay, it's not going to be very effective, but his special attack is so high, but I live with 130, just a little under half, and I use Outrage again, and that's the game. I mean, it was a good game. I still had Rhyperior, so I would have had a superior, Stone Edge, Dragon Tail, and Earthquake to take him out, but I defeat him in the end, which is, good. This is my first UU team. I am going to be making an NU team, and I've already made an OU team. I just haven't had time to get a battle uploaded with the OU team. So, I mean, this was a good video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be posting this shortly. Thank you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'd like to get suggestions on move types, stuff I could have done better, stuff I should keep doing. So, yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later. poken0ob out.